I'm gonna say it. I'm making a webtoon. Okay, so now what? What's the point of the video? Well, I'm going to introduce the concept of the comic so we can start the series where I just work on it in the background. I've seen other people do this before and it sounds fun. The drawing in the background you are seeing right now are assets like logos and cover art and also stuff like promo art because I'm still actually working on the sketches. Once I'm done with the sketches, I could start drawing it without the dialogue bubbles. But at the same time, I was thinking about posting the test sketch I made on Webtoon just to see how it would look in webcomic form on the actual site itself, just to gauge interest and all that good stuff. Speaking of pages, right now I have just under 3 episodes worth of sketches done so far. I plan to make an episode buffer of around a quarter or 2 of the story. I never thought about how long that would actually be, but since my first episode on the length was 60 episodes long, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say 15 episodes for that first bit. If it does end up being that short, I might end up drawing the first half of the story before I release anything at all. So safe to say it's gonna be a while, like a long while. Check back in when the school year ends and maybe I'll be ready to release, but maybe not though, so don't get your hopes too high. So what's the actual thing about? Luckily enough, I'm pretty proud of the summary I came up with this weekend. Mabel just woke up in the ocean, and she doesn't want to be here anymore. Through sheer luck and magic, she is magically given 30 days to exist in this ocean. Can she recover her past memories, help out her new friends, and find her way out, all before her time runs out? Oh my god, it's a 30-day Minecraft challenge. I'm done, man. Comic canceled. Fuck. Pretty good summary, right? I think it neatly summarizes what I'm going for, because of course, summaries are supposed to summarize. I was actually struggling with it quite a bit, so I'm relieved that it's over now. At least the summary part. To tell the truth, I've actually had many comic ideas in the past and in the present. I remember making quite a few old comics, but none with the same format as what I'm going for right now. So why this one? Mostly because it's the simplest idea, both in terms of story and character design. A cat with circle eyes whose only goal is leaving the ocean she woke up in sounds reasonable to me. And when I was researching for comic tips, the #1 tip was always start small. Hearing that tip so many times definitely influenced the story idea picking process. Oh yeah, I should probably update you guys on the world's smallest concept sketchbook. But before that, this video is sponsored by Join My Draw This In Your Style. I figure that if I'm gonna become a full-time YouTuber, I'm gonna need some practice writing sponsorships now, because I heard they make big money. Nothing comes for free, not even artwork. I know. But this thing comes pretty close. For the low price of draw the OC in the drawing, you have a small, but not that small chance of getting picked to have your OC drawn and winning the contest. You can even ask me to draw your OC in the style of the comic you're seeing get drawn right now, because it's slightly different. Look at the lines. Shout out to the people who did it first, before any advertising. You guys are great. And hey, even if you don't win, there's always a chance that I make a draw your OCs in my style video. But that's not happening anytime soon, so join my Draw This In Your Style. Now back to your regularly scheduled OC rambling. If you remember last video, you'll remember that I went through a whole first episode concept because that was the only thing in there. Word by word, I was just saying this shit out loud. But like, awkwardly, because I didn't know how to record. But episode prompts no longer. I have an Ibis paint canvas that I use to sketch that all out now, and that has 7 hours in it. I'll update you when I reach 100. But since I've stopped doing the whole episode sketches in here, with the removal of page sketches comes the overwhelming amount of lists and stuff I should probably research. During my studies, I had found a Tumblr post talking about how making lists was really good for getting started on concept stuff. And you know, it sure was. There's many types of fish, settings, random ideas, and more just sitting in here. To give you an idea of just how extensive these lists get, let's try reading out just one. The fish list. Tuna, cod, salmon, banded butterfly fish. I got this from a list on the internet. Blue marlin, Polis sans, I don't know how to pronounce that one, but it's an Animal Crossing. Clownfish, moray eel, pufferfish, leafy sea dragon, probably the inspiration for dragalge. Seahorse, ocean sunfish, also an Animal Crossing. Lionfish, also an Animal Crossing, I'm sensing a pattern. Sailfish, sockeye salmon, ratfish, summer flounder, tropical two-wing. Is that the full fucking tropical two-wing flying fish? That's a whole 5 words. Too many words. There's also one just called the WOOOO, which is so funny. Is that why they called that stage Wahoo World in the Splatoon? Oh my god, my life has been changed. And of course, plan. Don't even get me started on the non-fish sea creatures list. The other thing the sketchbook is mainly composed of now are concept sketches. Take, for example, the iconic rock crab that I think I accidentally made my Instagram followers fall in love with. 200 subscribers, and I turn it into an air-dry clay sculpture. This is a threat. I am 30 subscribers away, and I already have all the clay ready. But also consider creatures like this collector hermit crab, who collects everything it finds, or this crab who went up to the surface and got a flower. Admittedly, all of these are crabs, and are mostly packed into quarter 3 of the story, but trust me, when I get to the other chapters, oh boy, it's going to be good. A few not in this book and not in quarter 3 are specifically the baby squids who are lucky siblings, this little darkness octopus thing I put in a rough sheet, and these judgmental goldfish. There's an audience participation thing I want to do with these guys, but I'm not going to announce it until we are closer to release. And with the announcement of that absolute cliffhanger, that is the end of this video. To be honest, this video was always going to end on a cliffhanger because the thing I'm announcing isn't out yet. But if enough people enjoy this video, I'll definitely make more of this. I was already planning on making more, but if this gets a lot of support and views, I'll make more of it. More than I was planning. So yeah, I'm making a webcomic. Thanks for watching. Hey, I was gonna write an outro, but then I didn't. Like, subscribe. Tell me you want to see more.